Oh, I was just thinking about like one of the best days I had in school, after school, but because of school. And it's a fight story. But often to me, the things that used to scare me the most become the most exciting in life because, well, there's a lot of what ifs and you can die in a lot of these situations. So I used to be, I used to go out with a lot of different women in school and you're rewarded as a male for being successful with women. So I don't know. I didn't mind. I love women, and it's the only reason I motivate to be good at anything. Really, I don't know why I would um, be interested in achieving in workplace or in. Well, I don't. Wouldn't want to be better than anybody at anything if it wasn't for women. Anyway, so I got this girl's number. Hispanic woman. She sets the plan for us to go get some coffee the next day. We're in class together. Her boyfriend's uh, I don't know. I think the details. Anyway, it's been a while. So I think he's a football player that goes to my school. So he knows exactly who I am because I'm on the basketball team. I'm the only white guy there. I'm probably the tallest man on the campus because I'm 6'7". We only had basketball players taller than me. And I was the second tallest on my team. All right. So we go to get coffee. I'm driving her to get it. And all of a sudden I get a phone call on my flip phone. And I hear, "Hey, what time are you bringing her home?" And I said, "What? Who the fuck is this? And who the fuck do you think this is?" I said, "You've got the wrong pussy. Fuck you." Hung up the phone. Calls back 3 times, leaves death threats on my phone. And motherfucker, I'll be waiting for you as soon as you get back. I'm listening to these voicemails after, we're still driving to get the coffee. And the voicemails are, "You motherfucker, I'll be waiting for you when you get back. Just, wait and see. So you're so tough. Don't worry. I'll be here. What time, when you're going to bring her back, I'm going to fuck you up." All right. So I asked the woman, "Did you have anything to do with the reason why he's calling me?" Yeah. Now comes the truth. I'm going to skip past a lot of it, but she basically just told me that she used me to make him jealous. She's in a relationship and she loves the guy and the guy loves her, but she wanted him to treat her better. So she's using me to make him feel bad. And she told him ahead of time where we're going, when, and let him see my phone number in her missed calls or whatever the hell it was. So he got my phone number from there and threatened me. All right. So I decide in the car, what the fuck? This is not worth all the drama. Women weren't worth it to me. Jesus, I was turning them down for much, much less back then. "Oh, you have a boyfriend? I'm good." "Oh, we can have sex. I'm good. What if I like you?" Yeah, those were my rules back then. Huh? Must be nice. There's my privilege. So I tell her while we're on the way to going to get the coffee, just, "Look, we're almost there. We can get coffee, but I'm taking you home right after this. I'm not trying to do all this. It's not worth the drama." And she just, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I just can't believe all this." Well, you're not sorry enough to have not. You did this intentionally. You're really not that sorry. You're willing to apologize for what happens, but I didn't think she was sorry, not 1% even. So we drive back to the house to drop her off, and she had told me an important detail about this sticker in the back window, San Francisco 49ers sticker in the back window of this Honda Civic. And so she says, he drives a black Honda Civic with this 49er sticker. So, all right, so I drive one time past the house and look for the car. And she says, "No, he's not here. His car's not here. I recognize his car. It's not there." I said, "Okay, good." So we pull up another time in front of the house. I stop. I go to give her a hug. She looks at me like, and I see why. It's her boyfriend in the window. And so when I'm leaning over, I just, "Oh, I see him. Okay." Now, he does a pretty stupid thing. He lets me get out of the car. He's saying, we need to talk. We need to talk. We need to talk. You've just threatened my life multiple times on the phone. I'm pretty sure this is not a conversation we're about to have. And you're standing outside my window looking like, and see, I was such a stupid ass materialist back then. Only thing I cared about was my car, my cheap car. It was worth like less than $4,000. And I only cared about that getting hit. I didn't care about me losing teeth, me getting harmed, getting killed, none of that stuff. So I get out of the car. He immediately goes to put his phone down and his keys down. I realize, oh shit, we're just fighting. So, okay. I try to get him around the neck. He's a football player. He just football tackles me over the hood of the car, drags me to the floor. From here, he tries to grab my groin. I'm able to defend with one arm. I'm choking him with one. Now his cousin gets out of the car and approaches me with a baseball bat. And oh my gosh, I'm lucky that I had it in a situation like this, and I do think pretty quickly on the fly, but like you think of some terrible stuff when your life is in danger. But so the guy came near me and I said, take one step closer and I'm going to stick my fingers in his eyes. I don't know why I said that, but it seemed to work. It just popped into my head. Sorry, I apologize for these terrible things, but think about the situation I was in. Am I going to survive this? Did I instigate this? Did I threaten him? No, I'm trying to let everything go, but I'm a white guy with no group, no gang, and you just have to learn your own rules for what you're going to stand up for, and you shouldn't stand for everything. Well, you fall for nothing. I don't even know where I got that. So, guy with the baseball bat, he stops. And he also said some dumb shit to me that I'll never forget. I'm a black belt in Taekwondo. Like, you have a fucking bat and you're standing and I'm on the floor. I'm not worried about your ability to snap kicks at my head. You can stomp me. You don't, anyway, it was just stuck in my head. So, I just start squeezing the hell out of his neck and cranking, and I'm starting to hear the popping in his neck as I'm starting to pull it, extend it. And the guy with the bat is still standing over me. Hey, let him go, let him go. I said, okay, I'll let him go, but you've got to give me your word that when I let him go, you're not going to hit me with the bat and you're not going to let him get me. None of this negotiation was actually true. It was just trying to earn precious seconds of, like, I realized if I did not hurt this guy even partially, I'm going to have to fight the next guy at his full strength while I'm still fighting this other guy at whatever strength is left. So I'm really trying to put some damage on this guy. And the guy lets me negotiate with him, I can't believe that, for maybe 20 seconds. So I'm choking his cousin for 20 seconds, and I don't have it under the neck. I don't have a blood choke. But yeah, if that was my brother, you're not going to keep choking him while I negotiate. So they, okay, let him go. I finally start to feel him start to pass out. And at that point, that's when I decide to let him go. I think I've done enough. My arms are getting pretty tired. And what does he do when we separate? I grab his keys and his phone and throw them in my car. He grabs the baseball bat from his cousin. He's holding his throat. He's got the bat. And he wants to come at me. And he really wants to. You can see he's just like, this motherfucker, I got a chance to get him. But he's too hurt. I'm really lucky. Now I drive my car a little bit more because remember, I'm just worried about a taillight getting smashed. I'm such a stupid young man. Like that's what I care about now. Like if the car could have been lit on fire, I wouldn't have cried about it. But if I was lit on fire, man, all right, it's not really worth it. I realize I'm a little too willing to die for stuff sometimes, huh? But you set those rules for yourself. Like, all right, I'm not going to get robbed and be a bitch, even if somebody else, even if I die or something, that sets the tone for the next guy that looks like me, that looks soft, and you're going to try to rob, right? I don't scare anybody with all this. So, all right, so I got the guy's keys, I got this, I moved the car forward. I now talk to the woman. Are you okay? Are you going to be able to get into the house? And she says, what the fuck are you doing? Get out of here. I said, Are you sure? And again, I'm doing some white knight shit, thinking I'm Jackie Chan, that I can handle the situation, that forget about that there's weapons there, forget about all this. No, I have some hormone pumping through me that's making me feel invincible. I feel I've won this fight, and I'm ready to continue. Why? Get the hell out of there. So she says the same advice. What are you doing? Get out of here. He's not going to hurt me. We're in a relationship. He's going to hurt you. And so I realize her words are probably right, that it's not worth me waiting for another 2-on-1 to happen after he recovers. So I drive off. And she says, oh, immediately he calls me because he's got my phone number from earlier. And this is where those other details come in. So he says, hey, I'll see you on Monday. I'm going to kill you. I'll see you there. Starts going racist shit. Who cares? I don't know why people care so much whether or not he said it. Doesn't everybody who is threatening your life hate you at that moment? Does it really matter if they say, oh, said something about white people too? Anyway, so I drive around the corner, and while I'm on the phone with him, he says, you motherfucker, I'll be waiting for you, and all this stuff, more threats. And I said, dude, you sure you really want to do that? Again, something popped into my head. I'm so lucky. And I said, dude, I already know what car you drive, and I know where you live. You sure you want to go through and do all that? He said, bullshit. You don't know what kind of car I drive. Thank God. I did know that one detail. You drive a black Honda Civic with a San Francisco 49er sticker in the back window. And he just, I can imagine him turning white on the other side. Changed his tone completely. Okay, man, okay. Man, please, can you tell me now, did you kiss her? What? I mean, we're not friends, man. I don't know what you just tried to fucking kill me. You threatened my life. All this stuff. And, you know what the real scary thing was? I don't think I was worried about any repercussions from him physically. I was scared that he would go to the police. Because if he goes to the police with his injuries on his neck, with his story, and doesn't tell anything about the bat, his cousin being there, anything like that, gets his girlfriend to take his side, I was like, oh man, I could be put away for a long time for defending myself. That was my actual biggest fear, was that even though I had defended myself, what I thought in a noble way, I was way more terrified about the next few days from the police. That they show up at my door and say, hey, this guy's said you put your hand around his throat, tried to kill him. That's all they would need, I guess. So I remember thinking that this was hands down the best best time I ever had going out with a girl, ever. There was absolutely no thrill that could have gotten it. Nothing. And she could have been the raunchiest or the sweetest girl. Both would not have been anything close emotionally to remembering that night. I do think it's unfair what she did. I think I've almost never heard of a male doing that to a female, but we do different types of terrible things. But yeah, that's one of just many. Oh man, I should do a Men Too series of just all the different types of things that I don't consider them sexual assault or rough, but technically they are. Man, I've been fired from gay companies because I won't perform sex acts with them. Like, this is allowed. Men are allowed to be discriminated against, no problem. Especially strong men. That's another thing too. As you raise in status, I now have just enough status where nobody gives one fuck about me feeling bad or one shit about me having a disease because I'm like, yeah, you've been healthy your whole life. No, I haven't. Actually, this took a ton of work and a lot of understanding and a lot of patience and a lot of mistakes. But that's one of the best Best dates ever. What an excitement thing. And the story I have is better than, like I said, than any experience she could have given me. There's nothing that would have topped that.